Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Welcome back to the channel. This one's gonna be a little different. We're gonna have some fun today. I don't really know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna figure something out. Oh, wrong truck. We're gonna work on that thing. I gotta get the bed mounted, and I'm gonna pull that motor out, and I'm gonna get this thing running. Hopefully, we'll see. Stay tuned. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. So on this episode, like I said in the introduction, we're going to try to get some things done on the truck. What those are, I don't know. As you can tell, I got bored and forgot to turn my camera on. And I mounted up this one right here, tack welded in. Got this guy tack welded, it's still hot. Got this guy tack welded in and ran a bolt in it. So the front of the bed is now secured to the frame. Moving back here. Oh, look. What in the puck is that? Oh, it's a hockey puck. Okay, so moving back here, I have not measured the back half yet because it's pretty shifty, to make sure this is even between there and that's even between there. Fuel cell's mocked up. Fuel cell's ready to get welded in. I think I'm going to put it there. I haven't decided totally yet, but I'm going to get the bed on first and then we'll move to that. So with those welded in the way they are, they're going to be kind of not as sturdy as I'd like, so I'm going to run maybe some 90-degree things right here. Still need to access the little bolt guy right there, those guys, but there might be a piece that runs like that. Back here, I might just run a bar across because I can run a riser up off this beam, this 1x1 here, and then run a bar across here, throw in some hockey pucks, and then we'll go from there. So yeah, we're going to try to get that mounted somehow with these hockey pucks, and this thing's literally going to be a rolling hockey puck vehicle thing. All right, guys, good news. Bed is mounted. It is off the cinder blocks that it was on, and I can just shake her around. So bed's mounted. But I came up with this design. I'm going to make it look a little better because it's kind of haggard. So it's just got the same as up there, that same 1x3, I think it is. And then it's got like a 2x2 square bar going across. And then you can tell I just cut holes because the bolt, I didn't want to squish this bar and the bolt needed to lay flush. I had to trim down those washers a bit, but it's in. It is in. It is strong. I need to obviously go around and fully weld it out, do some measurements, make sure we're kind of square, sort of, maybe, whatever. So, I mean, this is pretty cool. I've never done something like this. So yeah, that's mounted, cab's mounted. The truck is moving right along. So yeah, I am pumped. I can roll this around now. It's one complete thing. But obviously we're not gonna have a truck without a motor that runs. So I gotta hit the hay, go to bed for a little while. I'll get up, go to work tomorrow, and then I will be home tomorrow night, and I will hammer out, hopefully pulling this motor, maybe tying some things up back here, but hopefully pulling the motor out when we have a little bit of daylight left so I can film it. And then putting the automatic, I think it's a Turbo 350. Sorry, it's not very good lighting in there. Trans on it, sliding it back in, building the tranny mounts, and going from there. So I'm going to go hit the hay, and I'll be back with you guys in a sec. Okay, guys. Well, I went to bed that night, and then I woke up. Then I went to work, and then I went back to bed, and then I went to work again, and then I went back to bed. So here we are, right where we were the other day. However, if you listen, I don't know if you can hear it, there is a ton of rain. It is pouring down rain outside. It's dark out. I don't really want to go outside, and I need to open the garage door to do this, and it's just not worth it. So we're going to hold off on the motor right now. That's definitely going to be my next goal. I didn't even think about the fact that I should probably get fuel to the motor. So I've showed you guys this already a couple times. Fuel cell's mocked up kind of where I want it. I'm going to do some moving and shaking and viewing to see where I really like it. And then I'm going to build a fuel cell cage. So kind of like how they have in like a late model race car or or even old hot rod. Some hot rod guys or race cars in general, they have usually, it's going to be a lot more secure than how I'm doing it. But sorry, I'm looking for some 1x1. So it's basically going to have this 1x1 square tubing. It's going to go down the side, under it. Probably 2 straps I'll do. I'll do like one right between all the plugs here, one here, and then I'll probably do 2 on this side, and make kind of a cage around the fuel cell so that it's safe, I guess. It won't fall out of the truck, because dropping your load of fuel is not only expensive nowadays, it's frowned upon. So I'm going to pull this out, and I'm going to kind of mock up where I want it and start working on the cage for the fuel cell. Okay guys, so I kind of got it mocked up here. So it's going to be welded like this, so I'll have one going across the top as well, just to secure it in. And then there's those 2 right there are going to go on each end here, and then I'm going to run one under it to match the 2 that are, or the 1x1 that's under it right here. So yeah, I didn't cut it as long as I would have liked, but I got an idea in my head that'll make that work. So yeah, and I might run one along down here just for a little extra bracing, but we'll see. So cool. Okay guys, so I have there we go. Okay, so I have the this beam welded in right here. I'm going to cut this out now, and then this is going to be the other side that holds the cage together. It's going to basically be kind of like that, and then this guy's just going to sit down in it like that, and then I'm probably going to put a piece across here just for extra bracing, maybe one over here, maybe one over there, maybe not, I don't know. Doing it on the fly. So these are pretty even. They're not too far off, so I mean, it's not perfect, but it is what it is. I just got to grind some welds down on that so that it fits flush and get the fuel cell in. All right, guys, so I got that piece cut out right there. However, I burnt up another grinder. This one I've had not very long. I'm not very happy about that. I don't know why it burnt up. I've been using it a lot, but I didn't do anything to burn it up. So you guys might have seen it live there. It was smoking. Well, things got to continue. So I got that piece cut out. I just got this sitting here. I'm going to try to weld this in. However, I'm running into an issue because where the fuel cell is going to sit in here, my weld sticks up too high, so I needed to grind that down. Can't grind that down without a grinder. So I'm going to have to figure something else out. Also, if you guys know of any good tool companies, comment it down below. That's a Makita. That's like top of the line, I think. I don't really know. My other one is Black & Decker, so. The wheels and tires in, or on, I guess I could say, and they look pretty sweet. They're Hoosier 970s. They're actually hard to come by right now because of, well, everything's hard to come by. They're used takeoff tires, and then the rims were brand new that I was going to use on the Monte Carlo right there. However, we're going a different route because they weren't wide enough for that, so they're going to go on this. Okay, so I got wheels and tires on. They fit great. They look cool. I really actually am digging the way they look. This thing looks mean. It's just got to be lower, hence the name Low Mater. But if you guys look up here, boom, we have brakes. So I got the booster, the master cylinder, all this bolted in. I got the seat set in here with cardboard because custom. But the two of the pedals are in here. Let's see if I can get some light. Okay, I think I figured out the light. Okay, so the impact just hanging there. I got pedals, so that's clutch. That is brake. You'll notice in the video how I pulled the motor and we put it right back in, and that is the same trans that I had. So the Turbo 350 I had does not bolt up to this, what I think is a 283. So we're going to make this 283 work. The linkage for the clutch is mechanical, so I'm going to have to build something out of the old stuff I have to make it work on this truck. That's going to be boring, so I might just do that off camera. Maybe I'll film it. I don't know. As far as steering goes, these headers, the steering shaft runs right through. There's a lot of plastic on this S10. Steering shaft runs right through the headers, just how they make them fit. This is a S10 V8 header conversion header, I guess you could call it. But it's going to run through, not this hole, because this hole's, that's the factory hole for the original 50 Chevy. So I'm going to have to cut it out, I think, a little bit up here. I'm going to get rid of this rib so that I can mount this swivel deal here, which the shaft will run through. All these parts I had, they were for my race car, but well, that kind of got put on the back burner to build this. So yeah, I got all that done yesterday. I got a ton done on this yesterday, to be honest with you. So we just got to kind of figure out what we're going to do next. I'm thinking I'm going to try to get a tranny cross member welded in or built, so that it's the motor and tranny are in, they're stuck, they're not going anywhere. And then I could try to get this running. I'm kind of jumping the gun trying to get it running. I keep telling you guys I'm going to do that. Eventually I will. Hopefully. Maybe. I don't know. But right now, I think I'll get after that. Try to get this thing, the tranny, squared under the cab, between the frame rails. And then I might try to figure out some kind of design to build with the metal I have, or I'll have to get more metal tomorrow. So probably pull this here ye engine hoist off and get to getting it. Okay, one other thing, guys, is I got to get that fuel cell mounted. So I think I'm going to work on that tonight, get that in, get that done. And then I'll work on the tranny cross member. So obviously that doesn't just flail out when the truck's going. So we're going to get this done hopefully tonight, and then maybe that, or we'll work on that tomorrow. I will start here and see where time takes us. All right, guys, quick update. So I got cage pretty much sort of how I wanted it. This piece right here is going to weld to this piece, which is attached to the frame. I'm having a hard time figuring out what to do with this piece because I don't want to weld it to the cross member for the bed, because the bed's still removable and that piece is not. So then that would permanently secure the bed to the frame, which isn't the end of the world, but I just don't want to do it that way. So I'm going to weld. I need to weld in something here in case I get hit from behind for the frame there, or bolt something in there. And I'm thinking maybe this like 2x2 or 1.5 by 1.5, whatever it is. Weld it into the frame there, and then just run little connector doodads out to connect to this piece down here. I'll keep brainstorming and I'll update you guys once I figure out what I'm doing. Okay guys, so wow, my hair and glasses, this is a look right here. Okay, so I'll show you guys what I did. Obviously, as you could tell, I was having an issue mounting the fuel cell, so let me flip the camera around real quick. Okay, so the fuel cell cage welded up fine. I mean, I just tacked it in to try to fit it, and then I was trying to push the fuel cell down in it, and this bar and that bar were just too close together, because I welded the cage on this side of this one and then on the inside of that one. Sucks, didn't fit, but I got a better idea to make it removable. I made these, they're hot. Holy sweet. Well, part down. One of these is not going to be as hot as the others, this one. So I made these out of, just going to set that down, angle iron. It's going to weld on the back side of that. And then I'm going to build a tab off. Well, this is the tab for this. Build a tab off the cage, and then they're going to go together and they're going to love life and they're going to be best friends. That way I prevent pretty much any issues with welding, and I can take if the fuel cell goes bad, I can drop it out, build another cage for a different size fuel cell. If I find a better looking fuel cell or get one given to me, or I don't end up using that one, little red guy right there on a race car, then I can put it back here for this bad boy. But yeah, I'm going to try to get these tabs welded on and get this freaking tank finally mounted. This has been such a pain in the butt, so let's get after it. Okay guys, so the cage is done. You can see here it's wet paint on it, but right here, this piece of angle iron, and then these two tabs coming off of it, those are going to come over here. Sorry, it's kind of hazy in my garage. I just painted. So these guys are going to mount here to these ones. Frankly, a bolt will never come out, so it'll just stay. That's going to go on the side with, oh boy, with the full piece of flat bar. And then this is going to be the side that had the two like 5-inch pieces that'll bolt to those. I did that because I want the fuel cell, like I said, removable, and then I can always get a different one or figure something else out. But for now, that's what it's going to be. Once this is all painted up, or I guess it is painted up, once it's dry, I'm going to lay down some of this toolbox matting stuff here. just for the vibration for the fuel tank. I'll lay it on each bar on the inside so that it's wet, so that the fuel cell doesn't rub all the paint off and eventually rub a hole in it. It'll be stuck and sturdy. These sidebars I decided are where I'm gonna run a strap across. I'm gonna make a strap out of sheet metal, I believe, and then just run it across and bolt it in with bolts that I have. But yeah, that's pretty good progress tonight. I think I'm gonna go and hit the hay, and I will come out and try to get that fuel cell mounted after forever. I've been working on this freaking thing forever. So I'm gonna go in, take a nap or sleep throughout the night, get up, get that bad boy mounted back here, and then we can admire it. Okay, guys, I made these little strips here out of toolbox liner. They're gonna sit right here. I'm gonna glue them in along there for, and then up this for support for the fuel cell. Obviously, I don't want metal on metal rubbing, and so metal on whatever material this is might be better. All right, guys, you guys saw it in time lapse. I finally got the fuel cell installed. I will turn the camera around here and show you guys. Okay, so top side, this is what it looks like. It's installed. It's got two 90-degree or angle iron right here going down, screwing to another one over here to make the cage removable but sturdy. You guys can see it a little better here. This is just a piece of angle iron that I welded on here. And then this is screwed in to the cage that's holding the fuel cell. I think it looks pretty sweet. Like I said, this is pretty crude. This is my first like full-on build I've ever done. So tips and tricks and tools would be appreciated if you guys know anything. From behind, this is kind of the look I was going for, where that kind of just barely sticks out. I mean, that from right there, you'd think was a race car. Then you get up and you realize it's just an old redneck hillbilly truck. But I think this thing turned out awesome. With all that being said, guys, I appreciate you guys watching. Stay tuned for, well, don't stay tuned because the episode's over. Yeah, remember to like, subscribe, do all that cool stuff. If you want to buy a t-shirt, hit me up. I would love to sell you one. If you want to buy a mug, hit me up. Well, I'm out, so I'll get you one later or something. But yeah, that's all gonna be it for this episode. As you can tell, this thing is looking more and more like a truck. I couldn't be any more excited than with how it's going. So probably not gonna make the deadline, but I have another deadline in my head that I think I'm gonna try to get it to. I'll tell you guys about that in a future episode. So cool. Thanks, guys.